Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 277. The first setup was submitted by Jason. He wants to know if he should get wall-mounted speakers like the A5s or if he should get smaller ones that he could put on his desk. I guess you could say, would it be considered downgrading? I don't know.
I say you wall mount these speakers.
Jesus Christ. And then just the whole thing rips the wall out. Yeah. Get either smaller ones, like even the A2 pluses under those monitors, left and right, bada bing, bada boom. It would be perfect. It's extremely plain, extremely boring, which maybe it's a little harsh because I think that he did a good job with mounting things under the desk. He did a good job with having the LEDs match the wallpapers and match the banner up above. And he did a good job with that. But yes, as far as everything else goes, accessories, out of sight, out of mind, technically out of sight, out of mind isn't just having nothing on the desk. It's having what you need. Having such a big, open, wide, empty room kind of hurts you because it's like, hey, you have a lot of room. Why don't you utilize it? Jason scored a 92. The next setup was submitted by YouGore. I think probably the coolest part of this setup is how he's utilizing the walls. But my favorite part by far is the monkey. You know, between the fake plant and the Yeti being right up against it with the speakers literally touching the monitors and you have the pop vinyls and this, that, and the other. It just seems like everything is way too close. So you have a big desk, why not, you know, space things out? When you're not using the Yeti, put it off into the corner. That would look nice. When you do get your new microphone, get an arm. You know, getting that aside helps a lot. Spacing out the speakers is ideal. If you're gonna get the Audio Engine A2 pluses, then you gotta put them on isolation pads. You gotta put them on just something to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, help with that sound, but also space it out. If you get those speakers and put them right up against the monitor, it's not only going to be stupid looking, it's just going to be like, why? YouGore scored an 86. The next setup was submitted by Donald. I guess the first thing I would say is something very obvious. We spent a lot of time talking about speakers already today, and we're seeing that right speaker is, yeah, it's over there. And not only that, it's not just behind a monitor, it's looking the wrong way. But that's the other thing. The monitor arrangement for me is very off. It's very odd. Because that main display I feel like is way too low, and you could tell just by looking at the right display. I mean, that looks like it's at the right height. He kind of hit the nail on the head there. There's nothing really too great about it, nothing too terrible about it either. You know, the subwoofer cable, you could have put in like 2 or 3 more Velcro straps and it would have looked a lot neater, and you could have also did that up a leg. I don't know, I feel like this right piece is a complete waste because of the, I mean, really, it's almost not, I don't even think it's an L desk because the PC takes up so much space that you get this little nub. Donald scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Luke. My dude likes shoes. I think that's pretty obvious.
Where do you see that?
You know, actually, if you look closely on the left side of that photo, it's really not a bad setup at all. It's pretty straightforward. I would have liked to seen the screens on. I don't know why people do that. It makes it look better. It's just me. One thing I recommend is getting a thing of electrical tape, black tape, whatever you want to call it, and just literally in between your monitors on the back side, just run a piece up. That way you can hide the LEDs and the bleed through and the white and all that, because yeah, I think it works pretty well. I think a big issue is that your speakers, again, are behind your monitors. Why in the why are they there? Is the PC on that slab of wood? I don't think so. The more I zoom in,
I don't think it is.
Why would you do that? You have like this huge gaping.
No, it might be.
No. Luke scored an 84. The next setup was submitted by Sam. I'm gonna be that guy. Wow. Tom, question. How do you use that whiteboard? Yeah, I think headphone stand or mount or something would be nice. People are making fun of the home phone in the back. Hey man, you do you.
He's got business calls to worry about, unlike you guys.
Look at this photo, right? You see it, you're like, damn. Comfy chair, nice room, it's slick, it's cool. I'm gonna give him 100. And then you go to the next photo and like, you little bitch.
Laptop setup, Matt.
Sam scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Jack. Why would you put the sound thing, the speaker on the floor? That's not, is it a foot warmer? Cable management, putting that there, your shelves off to the left. Absolutely, I mean, just no cares in the world. Zoom into that bottom left shelf there. That's just literally shoving shit into it and calling it a day, right? And really, the actual setup itself isn't terrible. As long as you don't have that thing blocking your feet, you sit there, hey, it's pretty good. His PC's on like a cheap ass wire rack thing, which is fine, but like when you're actually sitting at the desk, it's not bad. Jack scored a 66. The next setup was submitted by Zachary. Look at the goddamn dog. Zoom in on his face. And it's funny because You just see, like, first off, that's how I feel this whole episode, if I'm being honest, because he's made multiple Make-A-Wish trips because his doctors have given him no chance at survival since he was born. He's 20 years old. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. 8 surgeries, 3 single specialists. He has to fly to sea, and he fights every day. That's awesome. Cool story, dude. Keep fighting. Yeah, I mean, you got a dog that's there on your side. This setup is definitely different because it's a whole badass room. It does look like the coffee table's pretty close to the chair.
I could see that, yeah.
So I don't know if that's an issue, but I'm sure if it was like a big enough issue, he wouldn't keep the table there. I find the left side to be pretty interesting because he has a chair facing just an Xbox. My biggest complaints about the setup are just related to that left side, because we can see all the cables in the second photo. They're all just kind of laying there chilling. You know, his microphone, his lamp and stuff. So I like the usability there. Your setup is pretty simple. So I look at your setup as more of the whole room. And I think just maybe filling up the wall space a little bit more would be ideal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got a lot of wall space to work with. He's got a lot of cool art, like above his door.
Yeah.
And all that. I think it's cool that he's got a little cottage in the back of his house where he can have his whole setup in his whole room.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Super sick.
Zachary scored an 82. The final setup of the day was submitted by Gardiner. Yeah, the big thing around your bed, all that built-in stuff, I would torch that and just absolutely set it on fire. Help a lot if you got rid of even the desk that you're using now, which is like built in, same style. I don't know if it's like the 1940s or some shit, but all that stuff's got to go. It's just absolutely hideous. And I think it's pretty obvious that it's not completely working based on how you're utilizing it. You're on the edge of the desk and on the edge of glory. So you did a great job of cable management, which is obviously something you had control of. So props there. I mean, it doesn't look like it's fun to cable manage this thing, but everything else is very simple, very straight to the point. It's not terrible by any means. It's not terrible. It's just lacking a lot.
I think he knows what he's doing, but with the furniture he's given, he's doing the best he can with it.
Gardiner scored an 80. Jason walked away with first place with a 92. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 277.